welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Well, it turns out that right ahead of the Holi weekend, we are testing 22,400 on the lower side as far as the Nifty is concerned, 0.4% lower. You have the Nifty Bank that's also slipped from the day's high point. We are 33 points lower on the Nifty Bank, albeit it's still holding on to 48,000 mark, 0.07% lower. Remember, it's the expiry session as well. So the last half an hour will be crucial to watch out for as to how the trends shape up and how we shut shop on this truncated weekend. Now, let's also look at some of the key sectors and the action there as well today to find out what exactly is the picture across the board. Remember, there has been a lot of volatility throughout the course of the day, and we've been seeing a mixed trading action as far as the sectors are concerned. Right now, you have the Nifty Bank that slipped. It's the autos that are dragging over 1% lower. You have the media stocks down by 1.5%. You have the realty stocks dragging by 1.5%. Over 1% cut even for the fiscal financial services space as well. Especially the mid and the small cap pocket when you talk about oil and gas is 0.5% down, consumer durables 0.7% of a decline. All the sectors barring say some gains on the PSU banking side that you can actually spot, which is on the higher side, but rest of the pockets have all given up the kind of gains that they were holding on to. The IT pack is also down by 0.6%. Let's actually look at the top movers, both on the higher side as well as on the lower side as far as the Nifty is concerned at this point in time. BL holds up after those order flows have come in, 1.3% higher. SBI, ICICI Bank, NTPC, Tata Steel and Cipla are the top movers. Whereas on the downside on the Nifty, you have stocks like Shriram Finance, Hero Moto, Tata Motors. You also have Hindalco, Wipro, some of these stocks, and IndusInd Bank that has again slipped after yesterday's recovery, now 1.8% lower in trade as of now. Let's in fact welcome our guest on board to help us understand what do we make of the kind of move that we are seeing in the market. Swati Hotkar joins in, AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang. Warm welcome to you, Swati, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Holy greetings to you from the entire team of Business Today Television. Hope it turns out to be a great one for you. But tell us, it's the green color that's missing from the street completely on Pre-Holi or on Choti Holi as well. What exactly would you really expect as far as the market mood is going to be concerned from here?
First of all, good afternoon, Sakshi, and happy Holi to all your team and our viewers as well. Coming towards the market, yes, from the last 4 trading sessions, we are continuously witnessing that the Nifty is facing a very strong resistance of 20 days moving average, which comes to nearby 22,560, 570 level. That zone is acting as a crucial resistance level, and we are witnessing a very strong selling pressures on the higher side. Today also, if we look towards the market, Brent almost 1:2 ratio is there. On the morning session, we have seen a very strong opening, but somehow it's failed to manage just the gain on the higher sides, and we witnessed a profit bookings. We are going ahead of a long weekends. I believe that whatever the people had built up a long position in the last few trading sessions, they are trying to book the profits because the global markets are really very uncertain, and we're having a 3 days off in the coming sessions as well. On the Nifty front, as long as Nifty doesn't give the breakout of a 22,600, we are not likely to witness the swift rally on the higher side. Whereas on a downside, 22,300 is acting as a crucial support levels. If it's break that level, then I believe that this kind of a selling pressure is likely to be intensified, which might take a Nifty towards to 22,000 back psychological levels. So the view on the Nifty or say the Bank Nifty is a bit cautious, but definitely we have seen a very sectorial rotation into the market. Large caps are really doing very well from the last 1 to 2 trading sessions. We are majorly concentrating on the stock specific trading rather than just participating into the roller coaster ride of the Nifty or the Bank Nifty as such. So I will suggest all the clients and the traders to try to invest the money in order to build up the quality portfolio into the large cap counters. Those who are really interested to build up the portfolio, at least 20-30% can be put your money at the current market price. If you're getting any deeps towards to 22,000 or below that levels, then one can definitely keep a exposure to add on the lower levels. But definitely it's a market is going to witness a green color, but I know today it is just a red color is there into the screen, but over a period of time, definitely this panic will turn into the positive side. Bulls will take the accelerator on for a targets of at least 23,000, 23,500 can be seen. But really, the market is currently testing the patience of the investors and the traders. But one should definitely keeps their hopes high and try to invest on every deep side. So this is the strategy as of now we are recommending to our clients and the investors.
Okay, got that. We'll continue to focus on what this could really mean, and we'll have to really see. Broader markets, there are some interesting names. Let's pull up a few of them and see whether Swati finds them interesting. You have data patterns that's up by 5.4%. MRPL is up 6%. You have ITI Limited that's up 5%. Godfrey Phillips is also about 5% higher in trade. So those are the Nifty 500 gainers that we are seeing at this point in time. Also, beyond this, we will have many other names as well. But overall, Swati, if I have to ask you on the Nifty 500 basket, anything that looks promising?
Yes, definitely. You have rightly pointed out the few stocks, but from among that stocks, Godfrey Phillips and data patterns really looks very interesting on the technical chart patterns. Actually, why I'm saying that because if you look towards the Godfrey Phillips daily chart, this particular counter is very well placed about all the important moving averages, say the 50, 100 and 200 DMA. In such kind of a market, this particular stock has given the breakouts of all those important moving averages, and it's holding its strength, and we are witnessing the price momentums on the higher side along with the volumes as such. So whenever such kind of a patterns we witness into the technical front or the chart patterns, definitely we are likely to witness a very strong positive momentums on the higher side towards at least 5,800 to and beyond that level 6,000 can be tested. So at the current long positions can be hold downside. It has a very good support at around 5,600 levels. So by keeping that as a stop loss, you can hold your long positions. Data patterns, yes, this is also the one interesting formation we are witnessing into the chart patterns. That is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Today we have seen the breakout of the same with the very good volumes, and also the interesting fact that it is well placed about the 20 days moving average. So I believe that the positive momentums can be seen towards to 1,800 in the coming week as such. Fresh positions can be created at the current market price also, and those who are having any long positions, they can hold on, maintain the strict stop loss of 1540 on a downside for immediate target of 1,800, and beyond that 1,850 levels can be seen.
Okay, fair point. Let's also look at what else can we find. Okay, the defense space is showing us some strength. BL, of course, has been holding up right from morning because of the news flows and the order flows. And apart from that, we also have some shipbuilders like Mazicon and Cochin also showing us some strength in this week market. Swati, any confidence returning in the erstwhile favorite defense space at all?
As of now, definitely we have witnessed a very positive momentum in this particular counters, say the cooking shipyard, BL, and all of those things. But as of now, they are just trading near the resistance zone. So I will not suggest fresh current long positions can be built up. But yes, if we compare the Moscow dog, apart from those counters, this really counter really doing very well. It's trading above the important moving averages, higher tops, higher formations can be seen. So those who are having any long positions, they can keep the long position. I'm looking for a target of at least 2,400 to 2,420 levels. But my view is little bit cautious on the BL or HAL or the Cochin shipyard. So try to avoid this particular counter because it's trading near by the resistance zones.
Okay, fair point. So that's the view that's coming in. Let's also look at some of the other pockets then. Let's talk about the large cap spaces. Let's talk about banks and financial services at this point in time. Last few days, we were looking at, the markets getting supportive hand from the Nifty Bank, from the large cap private banks like HDFC, even financial services spaces like Bajaj Finance. Again, today, after the choppiness, they've given up the gains. What is your suggestion? Do you think, despite all the volatility, this is the space should one be on people's radar?
Surely, the banking stocks are really doing very well. Even the financial stocks are doing very well. I'm much positive onto the banking counters. If you look towards the private bank stocks such as the Kotak Bank and the ICICI Bank, those are my favorite counters. If we purely give a look on the technical charts pattern as such, because whatever the rally we have seen into the bank nifty on the lower sides, this particular stocks has really hold on a very in a such kind of a markets. In ICICI Bank, Sakshi, we are just witnessing a W-shaped patterns, and it's on the verge of rallying its CD leg of that W pattern. I believe that this 1300 can be the initial target for this particular counter, and beyond that 1350 levels can be seen. Downside, it has a very good support at around 1220. So I believe those who are looking for a short term or the long term period, long positions into the banking counter, ICICI Bank is the one of the good counter. Even the HDFC Bank's really good on the weekly as well as on the monthly chart, because this particular stock is forming the symmetrical triangle formations, and even we are recommending this particular stock to our clients as well, because from the last few trading sessions we are continuously witnessing a very strong consolidation within the range of 1720 to 1670 levels. Within that 30-40 points, very strong consolidation is we are witnessing. As of now, I'm preempting the breakout in the near-term futures. Currently, we are giving a buy recommendation because the risk-reward ratio is really favorable. By maintaining a strict stop loss of a 1650, I'm looking for a target of at least 1840 to 1850 levels on the higher side. So this is the one of the interesting stock, though will take a Nifty on the higher side as such. And another counter is the, I hope I have just discussed the ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is also showing a very good formations on the daily as well as on the weekly chart. I said it. Another interesting pattern is the Kotak Bank. It is in the trading in upward rising channel. Very soon it will go beyond the 2100 levels, because even though the bank 50 is correcting on the low side, but this particular stock is holding its scale and just moving in the formations of the higher tops, higher bottoms. So it's showing its strength in such kind of a market. We are not witnessing any major corrections on the higher side. On daily basis, it is witnessing a day's high. So such kind of a pattern gives us strength and gives the confidence into the such kind of a counters. I am looking for a target of at least 2100 in the Kotak Bank. So these are the three counters we are really looking on a buy side from the banking sector.
Okay, fair point. Apart from banks, I also wanted to ask you on IT space, Swati, because this has been a near-term pain point. The strength is completely lacking in this space. There's extreme volatility that we are seeing. Of course, there are jitters from across the globe that are coming in, tariff talk, AI, and then there are now brokerage houses that are talking about that the expectation of growth recovery that we had from the earnings in FY26 may not actually pan out the way we are expecting for the IT pack, given all these concerns. What would you really do with the IT stocks right now?
No wonder, Sakshi, we are facing a major hit on the IT counters from the last 1.5 years. But this kind of opportunity, this kind of a sell-off gives a very strong opportunity to take a quality counters on the buying side. So if I want to recommend the two calls from the IT pack, Wipro and the TCS really looks very strong on the technical front. Even though these counters are correcting at the current moments, but I believe these are the stocks as of now it's trading into the oversold zone. No wonder stock may remain under the oversold zone for a few period of time, but we doesn't know the exact what kind of a low it will form and from where it will reverse it. Correct. So at least at the current levels we are witnessing a deep. So 30-40% can be accumulated in the Wipro and the TCS, because I believe that over a period of time definitely the confidence will gain into the IT sector as well, and we are likely to witness a positive up morally on Wipro 300. Not in this quarterly, but definitely in the coming quarters, we are likely to witness a very strong results into those counters. So on every dips, buying is recommended into the Wipro and the TCS. Long term, for the long term portfolio, these are the quality counters one should definitely have.
Okay, fair point. That's the view that's coming in as far as the space is concerned. I'll also bring up a few stocks that are in fact passing in trade today. Let's look at HPL Electric, for instance. It was a strong move on this space. In fact, the stock gained about 8% or so in trade. HPL Electric. And this is on winning the smart meter orders worth nearly 370 odd crore rupees. So we discussed the defense pack. Let's also discuss those which are winning orders again from the railway related spaces. HPL Electric for you first, Swati, and then the entire railway space overall.
Yes, HPL Electric, no wonder we have seen a very strong momentum in this particular counters in the last few trading sessions as such. It has a crucial resistance level at around 400. If it's break that level, then only we will witness more upside towards to 440. But I believe already we have seen a very strong momentum on the higher sides as such. We might witness some sort of a profit bookings nearby 400 level. So fresh long positions are not recommended, but those who are having any long positions, actually they can hold on. Downside, it has very good support at around 370, 365 levels. So by maintaining that as a profit stop loss, you can hold your long positions.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as HPL Electric is concerned. The Nifty is still hovering about 22,396 odd levels, so we are below 22,400 and we are near the day's low. The mid caps are down by 0.7%. You can see a 48,130 level on the mid cap index. Broader markets feeling the heat. If I have to ask you, Swati, anything that you can suggest to us, either on the long or the short side from the mid and the small cap space, what would that be?
See, frankly speaking, I'm not concentrating whether it's a large cap stock or whether it's a mid cap stock. Whatever the
Okay.
chart looks very interesting, Sakshi, on the technical setups, those are the one should definitely chase such kind of a rally into the market. Sipla looks interesting because why so it's a defensive pack as well. Even though the market will correct, those counter will give some strength to your portfolio. Why I'm recommending Sipla at the current levels because already we have seen a very strong correction in this particular counter. It's just forming a inverse head and shoulder pattern on the daily chart. It surpasses its 50 days moving average. So I believe that we are likely to witness some sort of a positive momentum rally even though the market witnesses some kind of a correction. Risk reward ratio is favorable. Downside 1420 is acting as a very crucial or say the cluster support zones from the last few trading session. Upside, definitely 1500, 1520 levels can be seen a resistance provided by its 200 DMA. To simplify the one counter, we can go for the BTST or for the 1 to 2 trading sessions. Another interesting pack looks good on the technical front is the C8. It's from the auto pack. This particular stock is also forming a inverse head and shoulder pattern well placed about 20 days moving average. It's on the verge of the breakout of a neckline of that pattern since the it's currently trading nearby the support zone, so we are recommending this particular buy call with a strict stop loss of 20 is 2590. On the higher side, I'm looking for a target of 2800. I would like to request all the traders and investors to build their long positions for at least 1 to 2 trading sessions, or if you're going for the BTST, try to keep the stop losses whatever I mentioned it.
Okay, fair points. So I hope all of you have taken in those, points and suggestions that have been shared by Swati. Let's look at some of the other interesting, stocks at this point in time. So the most active stocks by volume, in fact, are Vodafone that slipped below 7 rupees now, 6.9 rupees now for Vodafone, 1.4% of a loss. Yes Bank, about a quarter percent loss. Zomato, 2% loss, it's trading at 201. It will be an important one to discuss with Swati too. Tata Steel, JB Power, Suzlon, MRPL, they are the ones which are most active by volume today. MRPL is up by 6.2%, Suzlon up by 1% in trade. Whereas when we look at the kind of stocks that we are finding in 52-week high, let's look at, yes, there is only one stock within the Nifty 500 basket, Avanti Feeds. That's at a 2.3% uptick. While on the 52-week low side, you have Sterling, Wilson Solar, 3.5% lower, GR Infra Projects, Balaji Amines, Root Mobile, Raymond, IDFC First Bank, all of them down by over 2%, 3.5%, and they are at 52-week lows. Only Avanti Feeds is on the higher side on the 52-week high space as of now. Let's look at some of the pockets then. First, Avanti Feeds. You suggest to us with a 52-week high coming in, is there a trend that continues to be on the positive zone? Swati? Okay, so Swati, I wanted to ask you on Avanti Feeds, 844 currently. What would you
I'm
see?
really sorry.
2.4%.
I'm really sorry, your voice was not much audible as such.
Okay.
On the technical front, Avanti feed looks very positive. on the daily chart, the stock is just forming the flat pattern formations, and it has today it has given the breakout. The volumes are really doing very well along with the price momentums. Upside rally can be continued towards at least 880 to 890 levels on the higher side. Long positions can be built up, but on every dips towards to 820, not at the current market price downside, it has a very good support at around 800 and so levels. So buying is recommended on dips with a stop loss of 800. For I'm looking for a target of 880 to 890 levels on the higher side.
Okay, let's also discuss Zomato with you, which is trading on high volumes today. What's your suggestion there? The stock has been slipping lower. It's testing around 205 or 201 odd levels now. 1.9% lower. It's really come off quite a bit. If we look at the last 6 months chart, we will be able to figure out the kind of fall that we have. Remember, we were celebrating over 300 kind of levels on Zomato and the stupendous rally that we saw. Everything turned negative from the time the last quarter results were reported by Zomato. That was the key trigger point that led to a near-term correction that we have been witnessing on both Zomato and on Swiggy also, because Zomato clearly talked about that how their quick commerce business Blinkit is likely to be in a loss-making scenario for a longer time. Remember, last quarter losses had widened for Blinkit as well, and Zomato had said that they are going to be opening about 2,000 dark stores for Blinkit. So the expansion and aggressiveness in terms of putting in more cash was going to be any which way is going to be done. So that has been leading to Zomato continuously correcting. Now at 201, Swati, what would you do with this one?
Actually, frankly speaking, my view is cautious to bearish on the Zomato. This quarter, we have seen fall of almost 28% from the last 3 months as such, and it's continuously trading in the formations of the low top, low bottom. Today, it has given the very strong breakdown of a cluster support levels, which was at around 200 and level, and my RSI is showing a negative crossover. So the major parameters on the technical fronts are really not doing very well. It's showing on a negative side. We might witness such kind of a downfall towards at least 180 to 185 levels. Up to that level, the selling pressure is likely to be continued. The view will change once the stock manages to give a breakout of a 220 or 230 levels. As long as it trades below that level, the view will remain a bearish, and one should try to avoid the long positions at the current market price.
Okay, fair point. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well. Let's also look at how is IndusInd Bank really looking at this point in time. Remember, after yesterday's gains and today's morning gains, there was again a correction that began. So again, it's down by 1.8 odd percent again today. So the recovery is not continuing in a one-way fashion that we were expecting once the clarity came in from the management. It is still in a cautious zone, 672 right now. Swati, a lot of people would be asking you what to do with IndusInd Bank after 25-27% of a fall that we have seen as a knee-jerk reaction to the discrepancies reported by the company. Are you at all looking at this space and this price to take a fresh entry, or is it like catching a falling knife?
Frankly speaking, Sakshi, we are not recommending any long position into the IndusInd Bank, even though the stock has fallen more than 20-25% on within the last few trading sessions. I believe that the price correction has been seen into the market, but more we likely to witness into the market. Today's rally or yesterday's rally was the bounce back rally, was the short-lived rally. Selling pressure is likely to be intensified into this particular counter. Technical parameters are not doing really well on the chart as such. I believe again we are likely to retest the 650, 620 levels on the downside. Let the stock settle down at a lower level, try to build up the formations, because whenever such kind of a quick fall we are witness, then the stock might went into the consolidation phase. Then whenever we get a consolidation breakout, at that point of time the trend gets confirmed. But as of now, it is under the selling pressure itself. We are not witnessing any kind of a consolidation phase or the reversal. So my view is cautious, not to create any long position. There are much more better banks into the market. Try to encash on those banks rather than concentrating on the IndusInd. So I will suggest the clients and the investor to stay away from this particular counter, even though we are getting at a cheaper rate if we compare to the last month rate. But let the stock settle down at the support level. If we find any kind of a reversal on the technical front, then definitely we can review once back this particular stock.
Okay, fair point. So definitely we can review this stock later on. At this point in time, the view is cautious. Let's again look at some of the other pockets then on the Nifty and see if there is any other thing which is interesting. Real estate, Swati, what would you say? It's been again very sticky of late. There are very stock select opportunities, and we are seeing some news flows emerge for mid-cap real estate names, Goldte Patel, etc. So they are getting favors because of the news flows that are coming in. But other than that, the index has actually not kept pace. 2% lower even today. What would you say?
See, Kulte Patel has done a very good job in the last 15 working trading sessions. We have seen that the stock manages to show some reversal from 240 to 350 now. Now, it is trading near the resistance levels provided by its 2200 DMA average, which comes to nearby 370. So up to that level, we can witness some positive move. Today, we have seen the high of 355. So probably in the coming few trading sessions, we are likely to witness a profit because those the clients who have accumulated at the lower levels, they will come to book the profits on the higher edge. Because in such kind of a market, if whenever clients get 100 points momentum, they will try to book the profits because the sentiments are not that much positive if we look towards into the market. So I will not suggest to fresh long position at the CMP, but those who are having, they can hold on for the target of a 370, but try to maintain the strict stop loss of a 320 on the downside. If it's break the 320 levels, then again we are likely to test 300 to 280 levels on the downside. But the overall view is cautious to positive on the multi-party stock.
Right. Okay, so 5 minutes remaining for the markets to shut shop for the week as well, and for the day expiry session too. Swati, strategies for the next week, on the Nifty Bank and key stock ideas for the next week then.
Actually, I already given the stock ideas such as the Godrej Industries, Cipla, ICICI Bank, Kotak. Those are really doing very well. So one can keep eye on those particular counters. Buying is recommended 20-30%, not a full-fledged buying can be done into the market at the looking towards the current scenario. Yes, on the Nifty front, don't create major long positions. Let the Nifty man, if the Nifty manages to give the breakout of 22,600 level, then one can go for a long positions into the bank Nifty till the time. Try to avoid a major long positions. Try to concentrate more into the stock specific investment or the trading because the Nifty and the bank Nifty is likely to be continued its volatile trading session in the coming at least 15 for a incoming 1 month because by the 2nd of the April, the overall tariff scenario will get clear and then the market will show its clear cut direction in the coming future trading sessions as such. Till the time, it will be a roller coaster rally. So my suggestion to better to be into the stock specific trading or the investment and play with the strict stop losses.
Fair point. Okay, then, Swati, thank you so much for being with us on this special edition. Here's again wishing you very, very happy Holi, and may this year turn out to be even more bright and colorful for you than the last few years. So, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll find you soon on another edition of Business Today Television. Thank you so much for being with us.
Same to you.
All right, viewers, we'll start wrapping up the trades then. 327, the Nifty is 70 points lower in trade. 22,397 is what we see. Nifty Bank, however, slightly better off. It's flat with a negative bias at 48,042. So there's a 13-point decline on the Nifty Bank as we speak. The Midcap 100 index is down by 0.8%. So a sharper cut being seen in the broader markets continuously. There's an over 411 points of a cut on the Midcap index. Small caps down by 1%, again weaker than the mid caps as well. The key sectors that are down and out are IT again, about sharply lower in trades today again. Pharma is also on the losing ground today. You can see a 0.2% of a decline on the pharma space as well. In terms of the other sectors, even auto is dragging in the slowest lane today. Over a percent cut even for the auto index, 20,550. What levels can be seen for the Nifty Auto? So that's the key sectors. In fact, just barring just a one or two, rest all of the sectors have now slipped into the red as well. Let's look at the top gainers on the Nifty then, viewers. And BEL, like I said, remains the top mover. Of course, order flow news pumping the stock higher. SBI, Cipla, ONGC, Tata Steel as the other top movers on the Nifty. Albeit, look at the kind of gains. Gains are very, very far and few between. Only BEL is up by over 1%. Rest of them are just up half odd percent. So the quantum is also not too much. Shriram Finance, Tata Motors, Hero Motors. You also have Hindalco, IndusInd Bank, and Wipro, all dragging by over 1% as the top drags as far as the Nifty is concerned. Let's look at the mid-cap movers as well. Remember, the index is down by 0.8%. On the mid-caps, you have MRPL, 6% higher. Solar Industries, 3% up. Mazagon Dock, Oil India, Suzlon as among those top movers on the mid-cap counters list. On the lower end, we have a lot of names like Policy Bazaar, 6% lower. Capital infusion into the health segment, leading to some losses there. Bharat Forge, Sona Comstar, Voltas, Paytm also down by 3%. Godrej Properties, BSE as the top stocks that are on the declining side on the markets today. Let's also look at the Nifty 500 basket. The index is down by 0.4%, but smart moves being seen on stocks like MRPL, Godfrey Phillips, ITI, for instance, LK Equipment, that's also up by 5%. Kim's Hospitals is up, Data Patterns, EIH Hotels, D-Mart, these are the stocks that are buzzing. But on the lower end again, we have a lot of stocks which are declining from the Nifty 500 list. KEC, Policy Bazaar, TBO Tech, Reddington, Bharat Forge, Crompton Greaves, Sona Comstar, varied sectors and stocks that are actually on the downward slide in fate today. Okay, 3:30 right now, viewers. We shut shop on Pre-Holi on the red note actually, 22,396. For the Nifty. That's the level at which we have shut shop. The Nifty Bank just managing to eke out some gain at 48,060, but this will also get adjusted in a few minutes, so we'll have to see the final print once the adjustments are made. We are also looking at the banks on the downside, even the broader markets on the downside. Look at the advance decline ratio. It was advances in the morning, but 1783 declines on the NSE now versus 861 on the advancing side. So that has flipped. This is despite the macro data coming in positive. We have been seeing both CPI inflation as well as the IIP data coming out positive as well. But despite that, the markets probably cautioned right ahead of 2 days of handover is what we will get when we open on Monday. Thursday night for US, and again Friday's entire day and night, European cues, Asian cues, which we will miss out because tomorrow is a holiday on account of Holi. But this is how the nature of stock markets is, viewers. We will be seeing up days and we'll be seeing down days as well. So with that, we wrap up. Hope you have a fantastic Holi, viewers. 3 days of fun and relax your mind completely, take your mind off the markets, and then come back afresh and we'll see what we can do together to get back on the investment journey. Stay tuned with us on Business Today as coverage continues even beyond the stock market hours.
What you can see behind me is the Rishikonda Palace, and the question that remains to be answered is what happens to the Rishikonda Palace after its